Hey, Nerd Nation! It's your boys, Amp and Kenny. What's up, Kenny?
What's up, bro?
Welcome back, man.
Yes, we took a little hiatus,
A
which
little
we
hiatus.
I was going through our list of of all of our episodes saved, and we have taken so many hiatuses that like every time we come back, I save it as like the sports nerds are back, the comeback, back again. Like damn, how many times have we left that we keep coming back?
Listen, man.
But it's always around this time of the year, like that we always like kind of like not fall off, but like
Actually, yeah, you're right.
yeah, because like after the draft, like okay, we're football guys, okay? After the draft, there is nothing really going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, but this break was not totally our fault. I got
no,
I got super sick.
yeah,
Um,
my dad was in the hospital for a while. Like,
and then we also had a good problem. Our teams were in the playoffs
yeah, I
with
couldn't,
games every night.
and they were like alternating nights too. Like he played
Yeah,
one night, and then I had to watch the Rangers the next night. Rangers freaking exceeded
yeah,
expectations like crazy. You know, like did really well. So
yeah.
next year the kids line. So
Yep, there you go, man. No, the Rangers, honestly, awesome season. You can't be mad at it.
no,
I
for sure.
am I am mad at the Panthers.
Yeah, you guys really
Very
shit the
disappointed.
bed. Yeah,
Like just they look like a bunch of amateurs out there. The
yeah,
Heat. I'm not mad at the Heat. I'm not mad at Jimmy. You take that shot. He's the best player in the game. Like in that series, I don't fault him. He played 48 minutes that game.
yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah.
Um, But fast forward to now, we did our rookie draft
Yep.
of our main
Well,
dynasty.
the NFL draft happened because our last episode was
Oh,
our
you're
mock
right.
draft. The
You're
NFL
right.
draft happened. No, we're not gonna recap that because it was too far removed. But the Giants killed it. Giants got Kayvon and Evan Neal. Just gonna throw that in there real quick. And then what? 2 weeks later? No, like a month later, we did our
We
rookie
did do a
draft.
little later than usual.
Yeah, we did our rookie
But
draft.
today is a big day for the U.S. of A.
Yeah.
Because they
World
announced
Cup.
the host cities for the 2026 World Cup, and Miami got it. Miami's
Yeah.
one of the host cities.
I
Super
believe
excited for that.
12, 11 or
11.
12, 11 of the 16 host cities are in the United States, two in
Yeah,
Canada, and then I think three in
3 in
Mexico.
Mexico. That's how
So
math works.
no, I
Um,
was, I was just trying to. Well, it could have been three in
yeah, man,
Canada, or one in Canada and four in Mexico,
I'm
or
messing with you, man.
or none in Canada. Okay, that wasn't an option.
No. So yeah, super excited about that.
Why did Texas
Uh,
get two? Right, I think Dallas and Houston both got in.
because it's come on, man, it's Texas, and it's
Yeah,
central. It's centralized. There's not many host cities in the center of the
two big
U.S.
stadiums. They have a big
Yeah.
Mexican population,
hmm
so yeah,
And you
whatever,
don't
fine.
think AT&T Stadium was locked, right? Like
Yeah,
SoFi,
yeah,
SoFi in Atlanta and AT&T Dallas were locked to get them. You
yeah.
know that.
And then
And
you kind of assumed LA and New York will also get it.
I said
Like,
SoFi.
oh, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
what is the
Oh,
name of Houston's?
I don't know. It's new. It used
Isn't
to
it
be Lucas Oil.
Energy or something like that?
It's NRG now. Yeah.
Lucas Oil is Indianapolis.
Oh my bad. You're right.
So we're in the off season. We're in the off season.
But these stadiums change names all the time.
Yeah,
So
they do.
not my fault.
But yeah,
And then for Kansas City is
it's a
huge for
soccer
soccer.
town. That's
It
why
literally
I
is a
honestly
soccer.
thought that maybe Charlotte might get one because Charlotte has been so big on soccer since, but
Yeah,
like
but it's too
it's still
new.
too new. It's too new. It's
Yeah.
too new. But like, but Charlotte's a soccer town now. Like it's like these games are packed. Me and my dad were there last week. Like every game is at least 33,000 people. They're second in average in the MLS. Like
That's awesome.
I think they're averaging more than Kansas City. I think number one it might be Austin.
No, it's not. It's not Atlanta or
No, or might be Atlanta. It's Atlanta or Austin. It's one of the two. But Charlotte is second. Charlotte is second, and
it is Atlanta.
it is Atlanta. I think Atlanta might average like 34,000. I think
46,000.
holy shit. And how many does
Yeah,
Charlotte average?
36,
36.
37,
Damn.
37, basically.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. And then dead last is
Not Miami.
it is Inter Miami.
Oh my god. With what, like 11,000?
Yeah, 12,000.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put the worst product with the most expensive payroll,
Yeah.
and you're playing in a practice facility. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, we're doing
football
our
season, bro. Training camp is coming around the corner. Mandatory OTAs, all that stuff is kicking off. We did our rookie draft last week, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So let's just recap it. Let's
Yep.
go.
Let's go down the first round.
First round.
We don't need to
Maybe we'll
talk
jump
about Tyler Algier or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Tyler Algier. Yeah.
Algier. We don't need to talk about that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Atlanta. He might get some playing time this year. Like they have nobody. They have a receiver.
Okay, save it for the.
No. Well, we're not gonna talk about him. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just throwing it in there.
We're not gonna talk about him, but I'm gonna talk about him right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with.
Right. So our boy Steve had the number 1 and the number 2 pick.
And number 1 pick was a consensus number 1 pick. It's 99% of rookie drafts.
Yeah.
Breece Hall went number 1.
And that other 1% is potentially Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Right? Who he took at the second pick.
Ken Walker. That's what he has to go by.
You are correct.
They officially changed everything to Ken Walker. Not Kenneth, not Kenny, Ken Walker. But
I like Kenneth.
You like what?
I like him as Kenneth.
Yeah. Breece Hall. He was the obvious choice. Some people actually aren't that high on him. Like it's the Jets. Michael Carter might at least get third down work.
Yeah.
Right. So he's not gonna be like a workhorse. But that is the NFL. Like there's only 2 or 3 guys that are like the clear cut like workhorse. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, McCaffrey if he's on the field.
Yeah.
Saquon if he's on the field because we also have nobody.
But
there's very few. Like
it's legit 5 or 6.
Yeah, like there's like so you have to take these type of guys. So Breece Hall went number 1 overall, and there's not much like no matter what need Steely Steve had, he had to take Breece Hall. Like you couldn't pass that up. You know what I mean? Either if he didn't want him, he had to trade the pick away.
Yeah.
And then with his very next pick, he doubled up on running back.
He's pretty. In theory, he's set at running back for the next 4 or 5 years.
He doesn't believe in the 0 RB.
No.
So,
but that's again, he's rebuilding his team from scratch. So to get 2 young running backs with the first 2 picks is a good move. And you can think of this. Look, the rest of the running backs in this class are not as highly touted, right?
Yeah, and
the next receivers.
The next running back
was James Cook.
Well, yeah, we'll get to it, but
yeah.
But a lot of people actually don't like Ken Walker.
I like Ken Walker a lot.
First of all, the team, they lost Russell Wilson, right? Defenses know they're going to run the ball. They have no other choice. Who are they going to throw it with? Drew Lock? Okay,
okay, but what was the excuse for Denver? Same scenario.
Hold on. Let me finish. So that's one thing. People know they're going to run the ball, which that's not the end all. But second, Rashad Penny is good when he plays.
When he plays,
obviously, but
huge keyword.
If he's healthy, he's probably gonna be the starter.
Okay, that's fine. You're not draft. Remember, in our Dynasty Dogs, shout out to the Dynasty Dogs, I traded with you to get Ken Walker.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm just saying, like
I'm not expecting Ken Walker to jump out and start right away. Rashad Penny, I don't want him to get hurt, but the man's not going to play all 17 games.
Yeah.
And then next year,
nobody does. Nobody does, though.
Nobody does. And next year, he won't be there. He's on a 1-year deal.
I mean, we'll see. But yeah, so, that was number 2. Whatever. That was the top 2 running backs off the board. Then there was a lot of receivers. Like how many receivers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers went in the first round. So
of our draft?
Yeah.
Only 5?
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
4, 5. Yeah,
you're
5
right.
receivers.
There were some running backs that should not have gone here, but that's okay.
Yeah. So with the 3rd overall pick, our boy Jeff took Drake London.
Yep, and again consensus pick.
Yeah. Honestly, he wasn't my number 1 receiver, or my boy, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But
the thing with Drake London and what people are really hyped about is 1, he's a big red zone target. He's freaking huge.
He's
Him
the
and
only
Kyle
target.
Pitts. Well, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
Kyle Pitts is a receiver. He's a receiver.
Yeah.
But they're going to have a new QB next year. They're going to have Bryce Young or
unless Marcus Yoda over here just goes off.
Yeah, okay.
He's not the worst. Marcus Mariota isn't the worst. He had a few good, decent years in the league. All right. He got hurt, and then Tannehill came in. Right? Like
he sucks.
He doesn't suck.
He sucks.
He is
he's gonna start 5 games, and then Desmond Ridder will come in. He'll stake up the show as well, and then they'll go draft Bryce Young next year, and the stock of Pitts and London is gonna shoot right up. I mean, it's already hot. Kyle Pitts is basically impossible to acquire in Dynasty.
Oh, and he should be. He should be. Yeah. Like if I had him, you would need to like give me all your first round picks to get him.
I have a lot of first round picks.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know why my screen just went black for a second. Sorry, you disappeared. I thought it froze our recording here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So the next pick was my number 1 receiver.
Okay.
Who I wanted, and I got him in Dynasty Dogs.
You did. We basically traded each other.
And it's only because it's Treylon Burks. He is AJ Brown now on AJ Brown's role without AJ Brown.
Oh, he's AJ Brown.
Yes, he is. That was literally his comparison coming into the league. You know how like when you do like the combine, they give you these comps. That was his comp. Then he got drafted to Tennessee, and AJ Brown got shipped out. He literally is just stepping into the AJ Brown role. All right, like their number 2 receiver, Robert Woods, coming off an ACL tear.
No,
like this guy is instantly going to contribute. You know, we're talking about how maybe Ken Walker won't contribute immediately. Drake London like has Mariota. Ryan Tannehill will at least get the ball to Treylon Burks. You know what I mean? Like he's done it with AJ Brown. He's going to do it with Treylon Burks. Like that was my number 1 guy, only because when I was going into the draft, like it's like you built for the future, but it doesn't hurt to get a guy that can help you right now. Yeah. Like Steely Steve, like he doesn't care to win right now, but if these guys produce right now, why not? You know what I mean? So that was your brother Andy. He took Treylon Burks. So I think that was a great pick. And at 4, I thought he would go like top 3. So
another thing is Tennessee cannot just keep pounding.
No, they can't.
Their Henry to the ground, right? So they're gonna have to probably balance out the offense.
Yeah,
and I'm with you. I really like Treylon Burks. I like him a lot. So I think he'll be just fine this year.
I mean, Derrick Henry I'm not saying he's starting to get hurt, but you know, like he already got hurt. He's not getting any younger, and these running backs, once they start breaking down, they start breaking down quick.
Yeah, so he's 28. He's got a lot of wear and tear. So,
like, I sent you a TikTok earlier of Adrian Peterson on the year that he almost broke the single season rushing record, right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it. I haven't been on.
And so I think I'm like, how many years with the Vikings did he have after that? And like, I think he maybe had like one or 2 years. Yeah, and then like that was it.
He bounced around.
Yeah, but like that was the end of all day. You know what I mean? Like that was it. Like
where did he go after that? Did he go to the Saints and then like literally didn't play?
Saints or Arizona?
Oh my god, I don't know. I know he actually did pretty decent with the Washington.
Yeah, but like that was the end of like that reign he had of probably being the best running back we've ever seen. I mean, no, definitely the best we've ever seen. And probably the last like true running back. You know what I mean? Like, but the thing is, so he almost broke the record. He has a second place record. But then like 2 years later, like that was it. So once he running backs, like it can literally go from being the best to like you're done the very next year. You know what I mean? So let's move on.
All right. Number 5.
Steely Steve again.
Steely Steve, who traded, I believe, 2 seconds to get up to number 5.
To get
Chris Olave. So he's got Winston. I know you're a big Winston hater, but you got to admit, Winston's stock or at least weapons are looking very nice right now.
I'll say this. This pick helps his stock a lot more than it helps Olave's. It helps Winston's Jameis Winston's stock.
Pick for who?
What do you mean?
The Saints? Like you mean?
Yeah. Like the Saints picking Chris Olave helps Jameis Winston's fantasy value more than it helps Chris Olave's. Chris Olave could have had a lot more valuable on another team, because not only is he now in New Orleans with Jameis Winston, Jameis Winston it's Jameis Winston. All right, that's not he's like this like good quarterback, right?
He threw 30 touchdowns just 2 years ago.
Years ago, and last year he wasn't good. He had like 3 good games, and that's what we're hanging our hat on here. But not only that, they pass a lot to Kamara, right? They now have maybe Michael Thomas back. He's supposed to come back this year.
Supposed to come back, yeah.
Yeah, supposed to come back this year, finally, after 2 years. Landry is not going to demand targets, but he's going to take some. And Kamara is a receiver, okay? Like how the fantasy footballers put it, like, you want a big pie chart, right? And you want a big slice of it. This is a small pie chart with a small slice.
I don't think it's a small pie chart.
You think that they're going to be airing it out consistently with Jameis Winston?
Yeah.
Let's look up how many. Hold on. We can just look this up.
You ready for my hot take? I don't think it's that hot of a take, but Chris Olave is going to be the number 1 receiver on this team.
Nah. If Michael Thomas is healthy, you're crazy.
Yeah.
No, man.
Bro, we haven't seen Michael Thomas play in over 2 years.
It doesn't matter.
Chris Olave is good, man. I think he's going to take over this team.
Did Jameis Winston get hurt last year?
He did. He tore his ACL. That's why.
That's right.
He only played like 5-6 games.
Oh, yeah. He only had 2 games where he threw the ball more than 23 times.
Okay, that's because they.
Yeah, that's a huge pie. That's, bro, God, give me all the receivers from New Orleans. Yeah, no, that's terrible, man. That's terrible. But that's the smart thing. You don't air it out with Jameis Winston, because that year he threw 30 touchdowns. He also threw 30 interceptions. You know that? 30 for 30.
You gotta risk it, man. You're risking for the biscuit.
But that's why you don't air it out with him. You know what I mean? He's not Brett Favre. You can't afford all these interceptions with him, okay?
Okay.
So, I don't love the pick, right?
Who would you have taken here?
Let's see who went right after him. Oh, not James Cook. Oh, we're thinking Jamo. I think he's gonna be the better. Yeah, he's gonna be the better receiver. He might not contribute to you this year, but he's gonna be a better receiver. Just like your Atlanta take, maybe they get an upgrade at quarterback, but New Orleans might too next year. So
they don't have a first-round pick. New Orleans
might not next year.
So they're not. This is the thing. They're going all out this year, and and I kind of get it.
With a new coaching staff, with Jameis Winston as your quarterback.
But that's their plan though, because the rest of the division sucks.
You know how they say there's no wrong answers? There are wrong answers. Like that's dumb.
Well, I don't run the Saints, okay? I don't know what to tell you. But the division sucks, right? It's clearly the Bucks, and then the Falcons and the Panthers are probably going to be the bottom 5 teams in the league.
Bottom 3.
No, you still got the Bears. You still got the Texans. The Panthers won't finish bottom 3.
Yeah, they will.
No, they're going to have Baker Mayfield. They'll at least win some games.
Well, I doubt it.
Okay.
Matt Rule is getting fired mid-season.
Yeah, he's not gonna last. No. All right, let's move on to the 6th pick.
Shocker.
This was a shocker. This was a more of a need, but
yes, but the wrong guy for this need.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the best running back available.
Yeah.
But then you consider so it was
James Cook.
Took James Cook. Okay, a slight reach, right? James Cook was going like 110, 111, 112, right? He went at 1.6. But then you look at Jeff's roster.
Yeah.
And who had the worst running game last year, Anthony?
Oh, I don't know if they had the worst. I don't know.
Or the most frustrating fantasy-wise. You wanted nothing to do with this team's running game.
Several teams come to mind, but the Bills are one of them.
Right? You know what's worse than having one Bills running back?
You know what's worse than having 2 Bills running back?
Having all 3 Bills running backs and having to start 2 of them. Because currently he's starting both of them. He's starting James Cook and I believe Singletary. But he also has who was the third running back?
Zach Moss, who's
Zach
dead in the
Moss.
water. Zach Moss
Zach
is
Moss.
gone.
Yeah.
I don't love the pick. I definitely would not have
I
taken
don't hate
James Cook
the
there.
slight overreach, even though it was a shocker. I just hate the fact that it was Jeff that took it for Jeff. I hate it for Jeff.
Yeah,
like,
the fact that he has 3 of them now.
Yeah, like if I had the 106 and I took him there, okay, it's overreach, but at least I don't have these other 2. I have other running backs, and my other running backs are not the other Buffalo Bills running backs. You know what I mean? But
I mean, we'll see.
I mean, if he pans out, like, and he is
if by next year
this is what sucks.
The other running backs are gone, and it's the James Cook show with like another back, because he can't be the number 1 back. But if it's like James Cook and somebody else, then you're fine. You're fine. You're happy with it.
Let me ask you. You're Jeff Neer right now. You're running your team, right? Would you rather James Cook becomes the clear workhorse? He is the guy, right? But that means you have nobody else to start a running back. Or would you rather he splits time with Devin Singletary?
No, I would much rather the first option.
He has nobody else to start.
You figure it out. You trade for somebody. At least you found your running back. You know what I mean?
But
at least you got. but he was going to lose them anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and that would force the Bills to get rid of Singletary next year, and Singletary can play a role on another team.
You're just being biased because he went to FAU.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But he can. Towards the end of the year, he was pretty good.
Okay. All right. So that was Jeff's pick.
Yeah.
I don't hate the pick, Jeff. I just hate it had to be you, buddy. Like, that's it. So 1-7. Felipe took Jameson Williams, who could have easily been the number 1 receiver in this draft and in the NFL draft if it wasn't for his injury. Like, he was the most talented.
He's the most talented. He's also the biggest home run hitter.
Yes,
of the draft class.
For sure. He went to Detroit, which I like it, because if one team can afford to wait on him, was Detroit. Like I mean, there's other teams that could have afforded it, but I feel like Detroit is, for the first time ever, maybe going to be good in a year or 2. Maybe. Whereas, like, if he would have went to like Chicago, they could have waited on him. But they're gonna be the worst team next year.
Who? The Bears?
Yeah, like not the season coming up, but the season after, they're gonna be the worst team because they're not sticking with
Justin
Fields, right? They literally have nobody else. Like, even if this is what I don't get about their draft. Clearly, this new regime came in. Fields is not their guy. Fine, whatever. That sucks for him, but fine. But you at least put pieces in place to see if he's a guy, and if he's not, those pieces are there for the next guy. But they said no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to help him out or the next guy. Yeah. So we're going to draft a 26-year-old receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round, whatever they drafted, Bellis Jones. So. I'm glad he didn't end up there. That's a whole different mess. He went to Detroit. He's going to be the number 1 receiver once he's healthy. It's not going to be a Monte Brown. Monte Brown will go into that 2nd receiver role, and maybe Goff isn't the worst, and maybe they get
remember, Goff was able to sustain
Cooper Kupp
Kupp and Robert Woods.
Yeah,
let's not act like Goff is just the worst QB in the league.
No,
I mean, he's not great, but he can sustain it.
He wasn't the guy to win your Super Bowl, and that's why they made the change. But Detroit is not thinking that way yet. They're not thinking Super Bowl right now.
They just want to win 4 games and be happy.
Yeah. So
Detroit is in love with Jameson Williams, because they can't stop raving about him.
Yeah.
You saw that video about them getting him at the draft. They traded up from 32.
They got nervous.
12.
They got nervous because the Saints traded up, and they're like, okay, the Saints are not drafting because the Saints
can't wait.
They can't wait.
Yeah.
They can't wait. The Saints think they're gonna win something this year. They can't wait. Yeah. So they took Olave. So it's awesome.
So I'm excited for Williams. I took him in the Dynasty Dogs draft.
Yeah. No, I think he's gonna be a beast.
Yeah.
1-8.
And to be honest with you, so I had the 1-8.
That's
and
right.
if Felipe didn't take, so I had been pulling some behind the scenes strings the whole draft. I had the 108.
Mhm.
I received a trade offer for the 108 a month before the draft.
But you want to see if
for a 2023 first. And I was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna accept. But I was like, let me wait. Let me be patient. Let me see how the draft unfolds. If Williams was there, I was gonna take Williams and just say, I don't need the pick. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Williams got taken. So on the board was Garrett Wilson, who I was shocked.
Who I
because
like.
James Cook shouldn't have been gone at 106.
Yeah.
So, and I wasn't going to take him at 108. So I was like, okay, I'll trade the pick. But James Cook got taken. So Garrett Wilson's sitting there. Kenny Pickett is still there. So I was like, damn, do I take? I was like, do I take Garrett Wilson? And I was ready to take him. But I just really wanted that 2023 first.
Okay.
So in my head, not in my head, in my phone, I was texting everyone that had a pick behind me, so I could trade my 108. No, I'd trade my 108 and then acquire one of their picks to either get Garrett Wilson or Sky Moore. The fact that Wilson was there was surprising, but I wanted Sky Moore to stack with Mahomes.
Okay, so you traded him to.
So I traded him to Pirro. Pirro surprisingly took Kenny Pickett, but you know what, man? I like him. I like the pick.
Well, I'm on the record for liking Kenny Pickett.
You are the Kenny Pickett guy.
Yeah, like I like him, and literally this was like the dream scenario heading into the NFL draft. Like he goes to Pittsburgh, right? He's gonna start this year, right? He might start week 1, okay, and has good receivers already. A good running back, a good tight end, arguably the best defense in football. Like, does that mean he's going to come in and ball out? No, because rookie quarterbacks usually don't. But, like, that's a good situation to be in.
But also, like, Pittsburgh took him in the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to, let's say he starts by week 6, 7, 8, whatever. He's starting for the remainder of his rookie contract. So you're going to have a 4-year starter. He only got him for a first-round pick. We wound up swapping thirds, and I gained a future third.
I think he's going to be good fantasy. I think he might even be like rookie year. He might be a better fantasy quarterback than real life because he can run. Like, he can run.
Remember, he's the one that did the fake kneel down, or whatever. Yeah,
and literally they had to change the rule the very next week because they're like, oh, we can't let that happen.
Yeah.
So, and then I can't remember if it was the next round or third round. Pittsburgh does what Pittsburgh does. And they got a receiver. That's what they do. They always have 3 or 4 receivers. Right now, they have Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool's probably going to be gone next year. And then they're okay. It's okay. We have George Pickens. We have Pickens and Pickett. So he's going to have weapons. He has Najee. He has the Muth. So
don't forget the Muth.
Yeah.
So Pirro, when he took Pickett, I was like, damn, that's surprising. I was like, he's never going to start him. He's got Lamar, who's obviously top 5 QB, if not top 3 for fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
But, he doesn't have he does not have a third QB on the roster.
There you go.
And we know QBs are worth gold in our league. So the fact that he got a potential 4-year starter for a first and a third,
maybe he can trade one of these eventually.
Yeah, maybe. To me, it's a good deal.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the pick, and that was a good spot to take him at 1-8. You're not reaching for him or anything. So
I mean, I was listening to some experts, man. Some guys are like, I'll take him at 102, 103.
Yeah, well, because he's a quarterback.
Yeah, because he's a QB. Yeah, remember, we're super flex, so it makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like 1-8 is not bad at all. Like, if he would have went like 104, I wouldn't have been surprised. So 1-9.
Okay, this pick.
You go ahead. You that.
Oh man! All right, so Eric, who has he's got a very solid roster, starting roster.
I think he was really good. Like I think 2 years ago, right?
Well, last year he won. He made the playoffs, won his first round, and then lost in the second round.
Okay.
So he was essentially a game away from the championship. Is that correct? Yeah. Right. Yeah. He's got a good team, but they're an aging team.
Yeah.
He's got some old players. He's got Aaron Jones. He's got Zeke. He's got Kelsey.
Before you go, like, I don't think, like, I get where you're going with this, but even if his team was young, even if his team was bad, even if his team was good, his pick, critique of his pick has nothing to do with the makeup of his roster.
No.
Like, I don't care who he had. This pick was not the pick.
No, this pick was not a good pick. I would have, mind you, Garrett Wilson is still on the board at this point. And I did offer him the 108. Did I? Maybe I did. Where he could have taken Pickett because he doesn't have QBs.
Yeah.
Remember? He's got Matt Ryan. He's got Matt Ryan. He wound up trading for Mariota. He's got Jimmy G. He's got Sam Darnold. He literally has no QBs. Next year, he will have no quarterbacks.
Yeah. But
so his pick, Dameon Pierce for the Texans.
Who would have been there? Oh, no. Sorry. This is a snake. But he was a second-round guy.
He would not have made his...
No, not back to him, but he would have went like 2-4, somewhere around there. That's where he was projected to go. Not in the first round at all. Like, he should not have went in the first round because, like you said, there's Garrett Wilson is still there. Freaking a quarterback like Malik Willis is still there. Like I just wouldn't have taken him here. And like, he's in Houston.
Here's my big thing too, right? Like, we're talking about first round rookie draft of our rookie draft. I want to take in the first round. I want to take guys that the NFL team that drafted this player invested in him.
Yeah,
they took him in the 4th round.
Yeah, man,
that's not an investment. You know what I mean?
They signed. They have another running back. Who did they sign?
They have Marlon Mack, whatever. But Marlon Mack, I think, is going to start week 1.
He's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, Pierce might never get a chance ever in the NFL. He might not. Injuries might allow him to, but he's the type of guy who, in a year or two, they cut him and you wouldn't be surprised. There's first round picks that go that way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I think
a 4th round running back.
I like him, and I like that he landed in Houston. I just would not have taken him with the 109.
No,
you know what I mean?
Honestly, like,
no, I would have traded back or whatever, or traded early for an early second. Ebanks had freaking 10 seconds; he could have acquired one of them.
Yeah,
4.
But
he
took him there.
That's his pick.
That's a 4th round guy, right?
Yeah.
And the very next pick was a guy that went top
10?
Top 10?
10th overall?
Yeah. Garrett Wilson to Andy. Yeah. Right? Love the pick. At this spot, at 110, that's a steal.
It doesn't matter where. If he took him at 104, it's a good pick. You know what I mean?
No. Good pick. But I'm saying it's a steal.
Oh, yeah.
At 110, you got Garrett Wilson, who, after Jamo, might be the biggest home run hitter in this draft. He goes to the Jets, who very little competition. I mean, it's going to be him and Elijah Moore. That's it.
Yeah.
Because Corey Davis will be faded out.
And again, they took him 10th, I believe, overall.
Yeah.
Like,
he's the guy. Like, he should be the number 1 guy. You know what I mean? He's going to be the home run hitter while Elijah Moore is their short game, like everything underneath type of guy. You know what I mean? So, like, Andy got a steal.
And Andy's team is good. Like, he's another one. He doesn't have QBs.
Yeah.
Well, he does. It's Justin Fields and Zach Wilson. So they are in big prove it.
Yeah. I think Zach Wilson will be fine, but Fields is going to be faded out of the league eventually. Like, it sucks, man.
It sucks because this happens so often.
It's about where you land.
Organizations are so incompetent. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy. 111.
Okay, 111. Isaiah Spiller. Again, I'm going to be honest. I was a little surprised.
I was surprised. Not because of the player, but because he plays for the Chargers. Like, I just don't like it. They still have Austin Eckler, who's a top 5, top 6 running back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they've been looking to find his spell running back for years.
They always have multiple. Like, it'll be
because they can never find anyone good.
It's not going to be Isaiah Spiller.
I mean, it might be. So, and plus,
but again, too many question marks.
Eckler's pretty old. He's 27, I think. 27, yeah.
Two questions for a guy you take in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, now when I look at Will's roster, his receivers are like stupid good. Yeah. So maybe he was like, whatever receiver he drafts is not going to make his lineup.
Yeah, but okay, fine. Let's say like he has no team needs, right? Let's say like he's good at running back, he's good like whatever. I'd rather take like a quarterback or a receiver. The receivers will get playing time, all of them.
Yeah.
Even the guys that we have picked up after the rookie draft will get playing time because receivers.
5 receivers,
teams.
The wide receiver 3 and 4 on teams are getting played.
Yeah, teams are finding receivers like how we talked about before. Like a few years from now, teams are not going to pay these receivers. Why? You can just put anybody in. You know what I mean? Like you can find anybody off the street and play receiver. Like these guys are going to play, right? Like I rather have taken a Sky Moore, a Watson, a Dotson, a Pickens even. Yeah. Like I would have taken any of those over Spiller. So like all those guys are more sure thing for you to take in the first round.
And immediate.
Yeah, and immediate.
Yeah. And Will needs to win. Like Will's got an awesome team. He made the championship, but he lost. But we'll see what happens with there. The last pick in the first round was our champion, Steve, who has been on our show multiple times.
Yeah.
Steve's team
is so fucking
Steve's
good.
Team
Excuse my language.
Is so good, man. Like what the hell? He traded away 2 guys to you for Tyreek Hill and didn't even put Tyreek Hill in his lineup, and his team still looked good.
He was just bored that day. He's like, I guess I'll trade for Tyreek Hill.
He's like, let me just go acquire the cheetah. Like,
he was just bored. Really he's like, I'm not even gonna play him. I don't even want to start him. My team's too stacked, but it's a good name to look at on your bench.
Yeah. So he could honestly. I don't love his pick,
but it's the best pick for the champ, I think. Like,
well, he can wait more than any of us for a QB.
And so he took Malik Willis.
He took Malik Willis, yeah.
Malik Willis, and then so on. If any guy, let's say every guy hits. Let's say it's not going to happen, but let's say every guy hits. Who is going to give you the biggest return if you trade for him? I mean, if you trade him away, it's
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis, the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Runs. The quarterback that runs.
Yeah, that runs. So I like it. I mean, Malik Willis probably won't play at all this year.
No. Tannehill has like a
unless
35.
Unless Tannehill gets injured.
Yeah, but Tannehill has a $35 or $40 million dead cap hit. He's not going anywhere. Tannehill will start whether they go.
Well, we saw how bad Malik Willis fell in the draft. Like, it was insane. Like, before the draft, people have him going top 10. He ended up going what round? The 6th? No, not the
third. No, third round. Third round.
Yeah, third round. That's insane for a guy that was projected to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we'll ever see that ever again. Ever.
Yeah, I don't know, quarterback, man. The scouts just saw something different.
Well, apparently he's not even close to being pro ready.
Yeah, I mean, and let's face, like, he's not beating up Tannehill. Tannehill is a good quarterback. He's not good. I don't think Tannehill will ever win a Super Bowl. Yeah. Because that team last year, like, I knew they weren't going to win a playoff game. Yeah. You know, but Tannehill's good. He's not going to lose out to a rookie.
Yeah, no,
especially a rookie that has so much development needed and work. Yeah. He's a big project. Yeah. Honestly, there's talks that he won't start for another 2 years.
And that's the perfect spot to be in it. Like a good team with a good quarterback, because Tannehill is a good quarterback that you can literally wait for forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they're in no rush. Like, look at everybody else, every other quarterback. Kenny Pickett, they might need you this week 1, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Desmond Ridder, they might need you week 1.
Desmond Ridder will be starting games by week 10 at the latest.
Yeah. Like, I think way earlier than that, because
I do too.
Their games are not going to mean anything to them. You know what I mean? So
you might as well see what this kid can do.
Especially considering that next year's draft is supposed to have five like high-end prospect quarterbacks, and Atlanta's going to be a top 5 pick. They're going to have they're going to have a chance to get one of these guys. So you need to know.
Next year's draft is going to be so much fun.
I mean, even if Ridder comes in and does well, you don't keep him over on these guys. But at least you want to know. Maybe you move Ridder, or you know what I mean, or maybe if they miss out,
maybe you trade your pick for like the biggest haul we've ever seen or something crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. But yeah, next year's like Strode. What's the other guy?
Bryce Young, Miami, Tyler Van Dyke,
and then I don't know if it's pronounced Levi's or Levy's, Kentucky's. Kentucky. Yeah. I think it's Levies or Levi's.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you
I don't
pronounces
know.
it, but yeah,
Once college football starts, we'll start
those
knowing some
four.
names.
Those four. I mean, and that was I don't know if you know, but the Giants in the second round ended up taking Wan'Dale Robinson, right?
Okay.
And Wan'Dale Robinson led the SEC in yards last year.
Did he go to Kentucky?
He went to Kentucky. Yeah.
Oh.
So like somebody was throwing him the ball, and like this guy apparently
He's little too.
Yeah, he's a little guy. Yeah, next year's gonna be insane, bro. Next year, like our rookie draft, the first 5-6 picks are gonna be
It's gonna be QBs. Yeah. It's gonna go 4 or 5 QBs. Like the top 5-6 picks are gonna be all QBs, and a running back like Bijan Robinson from Texas is already like RB1.
Receivers. There's gonna be some nasty receivers that come.
Well, there's that one receiver from Ohio State that has like the long name.
I have no idea.
He had the craziest game in the college football playoff. I don't know his name. Something Ojigbo. I don't remember his name. But
and then there's a defensive end. I think his name is Will Anderson out of Alabama, who's going to be like a top guy. So, but that's our first round of our rookie draft. I mean,
all right, man. Fun fact: 2 years in a row, I did not have a first round pick, but 2 years in a row, I somehow had the 201.
There you go.
And I took a receiver both years.
Going into this last year, I had no picks.
Right? You had zero.
Going into this draft, I had zero. Like a few months ago, I had zero. I ended up having 5 picks. two into the second pick.
What did you give up to get 2 seconds?
I entered a small rebuild. I traded away. Well, I didn't get a pick for Tyreek. I honestly have no idea. I don't know how I got all these picks.
You know how like sometimes you're driving home from work and you're looking at days and you're like, how did I get home?
Yeah, like
you in the third round with 5 picks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I ended up here. All the glory to God.
So who'd you end up drafting?
Trey McBride.
Okay.
Who is the number 1 tight end?
Tight end 1.
Yeah, and he's in a good situation. Like probably
I think he's in a better situation next year.
Yeah. I mean, team wise, like great.
Oh yeah.
Even this year, maybe halfway through the year. I mean, Zach Ertz is like 55 years old, so like, but yeah, I got him. Then I got David Bell, who I love as long as
obviously Deshaun Watson has to.
Deshaun Watson situation.
Cleveland is going to be a disaster
but David Bell, I think, might be the wide receiver 2 on that team at the end of the year. Like when we look back, like I think he's nasty. Okay. I was thinking between him or Alec Pierce, who I also like, but I like Cleveland situation a little more because I'm thinking that Watson will at least be there next year.
Yeah, and you don't know what Indy's going to do.
And Indy has had 5 different quarterbacks the last 5 different years, I think.
And they're all old.
4 or 5. They're all old.
It's 5.
So
5.
That's a whole mess.
A new starter every year for the last 5 years.
And not only that, Michael Pittman is there. Who I think Michael Pittman is going to fade more into being a wide receiver 2. He's not going to be like a wide receiver 1 his whole career, but he's still there and he's good. Like Michael Pittman is good. Whereas Amari Cooper always hurt. Eventually he's going to be gone. You know what I mean? Like that's my thinking. Well,
okay.
You made a face. What's up?
Oh, I was thinking, didn't he just sign a contract? But I don't think so. No.
Yeah, even if he did, like he's always hurt, and he I don't know how old he is, but I feel like he's been in the league forever. So
he's got to be at least 27. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So
hot take: Michael Pittman's finishing a wide receiver 1 this year.
That's fine.
I'm big on Michael. Actually, I don't think it's that hot of a take.
No, I like him more fantasy wise than I do in real life.
But Alec Pierce is going to be the number 2 on that team.
But what I mean is like fantasy wise, he might be a receiver 1, but I think real life he is more of a wide receiver 2 type of guy. He's a guy that he's more of a T. Higgins. You know what I mean? Even though I think T. Higgins is better.
T. Higgins is a number 1 on any other team, man.
Okay, yeah, sorry, that was a bad example.
That's a bad one.
Who's number 2? He's a Robert Woods. How about that one?
Who? Michael Pittman?
Yeah, he's a Robert Woods. He'll be good, put up some great numbers, but he's a number 2 guy who needs a number 1. You know what I mean? Maybe Alec Pierce becomes number 1. Who knows? So that's our draft, man.
All right, man.
And
so let me just recap mine. I only had the one.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I actually had no picks after. No, yes, I did. I had 2 picks after I traded the 108. I wound up packaging 4 picks, 2 in this draft, 2 in the future to get the 201 because I really wanted Sky Moore. And I'm going to be honest.
I really hope it works out for you, bro.
I hope it does too. But if it doesn't, personally, I didn't give up a first-round pick for a first-round talent. I don't care. I mean, I took a risk, whatever. And sometimes you overpay. That's the life. That's Dynasty.
So Sky Moore might be on that kind of like the same but different of the Saints, where there's going to be a lot of pies, a lot of slices,
a big piece.
But it's a huge. It's probably the biggest pie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Juju's going to be in the mix. Sky Moore. They have another receiver. MVS. And let's not forget. Some people think MVS might be the number 1 guy this year.
Yeah, but let's not forget Kelsey is the number 1.
And most, I've been listening to a lot of fantasy footballers. Tyreek Hill departed, right? And usually those vacated targets tend to benefit the running back. What they were saying. And
I did hear that.
And apparently there's rumors and stuff like they really want to include Khalid Moore in the passing game, which makes sense considering who he was in college.
Yeah, you got to include him somewhere.
So, like, it's a lot of slices. But it's a good pie to get a slice out of. This is a cherry pie. All right, this isn't a peach pie. You want a slice of this pie, you know.
But my thinking was, I honestly, the third round picks, they are so hit or miss. Like you're missing more than often, right? So I gave up 2 third-round picks. 1 in 2024. I don't care. We'll be all dead by then.
Okay. I mean, you see how hot
it's hot as hell. These gas prices.
Yeah, for real.
And I gave up a second round this year and a second round next year. So I really gave I gave up 2 seconds.
If you hit, that's amazing. You got the next Tyreek Hill.
And I don't expect the next Tyreek
production
Hill,
wise.
But all the experts, everybody, they love Sky Moore. They loved that he landed in KC as well.
You know what I hate? I think it was last year or 2 years ago they implemented the new number rule, right? And I thought it was cool, right? I thought it was cool. You have safeties wearing single digits. Kayvon Thibodeau got number 5. I think it looks sick. I have had no complaints about the number rule until Sky Moore comes and he just makes me hate it.
24.
Why are you a wide receiver wearing running back /
cornerback
number? It looks so stupid.
Yeah, like I like the single digits, like a receiver wearing 5 or whatever. But
honestly,
24.
There's only 2 things that bother me. 2 number choices. 1, when receivers were in 20s, which this is the first time I've ever seen this, so I already hate it. And I hate when tight ends wear a number in the 40s.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
So Daniel Bellinger, a rookie for the Giants, he got 45. It looks so stupid. I'm like, get an 80, bro.
Maybe he'll change once the cuts.
I hope so. I'm like, you look like a fullback, man. Like, get a real number. All right?
Yeah. So let's just do a whole episode of us ranting on player numbers.
We should go through just the ugliest numbers and the coolest numbers. Actually, that should be kind of cool.
Actually, that would be who's the best number 1, the best number 2?
Or just like the coolest looking numbers. Like this is baseball. I have the Yankees on right here. But Aaron Judge, big ass guy, wears number 99. It just makes sense. You know what I mean? It looks cool. He's a freaking monster. It just makes sense. Like imagine who is your defensive tackle? Christian
Christian Wilkins.
Imagine him wearing like a number 2. Like how dumb would that look?
No.
It doesn't fit him, buddy.
Terrible.
Yeah. So
all right, man. This was a good episode to get us back in the, get us back in mid-season form.
Yeah.
We got to start thinking about what we're going to be putting out. We got our redraft, the redraft is the big league. That's the 15. I think we're going on our 16th year, man.
I think this is my seventh year. I've been playing since 2015.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
It'll be my 8th year.
That's crazy. Math is hard, I know.
2015, 2016, 17. It's my 8th year.
Okay, 8th year.
I mean, it's 7 years ago, but it's my 8th season. That's why it's tricky, man. Math is hard.
The math ain't mathing.
I'm a fantasy football guy. I'm I'm a mathematician. Okay.
Fantasy football is a lot of numbers.
It is a lot of numbers.
So, anyways,
I'm more of a statistician. Sorry, I just keep going.
Can I end this episode?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, guys. Kenny, thank you. Guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget, subscribe on Spotify. Hit that subscribe on YouTube. You know the thing. You know the deal.
Yep.
Take it easy.